Hey guys, this is Andy, aka KSci3, and I'm going to be bringing you back the commentaries from the Tulane C-Star League games. This one is actually Tulane versus University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, also known as U of I. Also the school that a bunch of my friends went to, since I'm originally from the suburbs of Chicago. Now, I actually had no idea that a bunch of these games were being played. This was played back in January 22nd and is now already February 6th. And this is not even the first set of games that I haven't casted. Comes the 9 pylon from pinball. Really quick, from Tulane we have ZeroPoint spawning as the purple Zerg in the bottom corner, and in the top side we have the orange Protoss pinball from U of I. They're going to be cross-spawn on Antigua Shipyard. Generally a 3-base map rather than a 2-base map, because you got your natural, you got your natural, and your third actually leads into like the same choke as your natural, so it's really easy to defend, particularly in a cross-spawn scenario. Presumably going to be a long game, unless either one of these players decide to cheese, and I know ZeroPoint doesn't really do that, so unless this guy does. But anyways, I had no idea that these games were being played, and I just got an email from Alex saying that there was a game on the day of the Super Bowl, mind you, and I took a look to see. The last time I casted was back in like December 17 or something like that, and yeah, I don't really know what that was all about. Looks like we have a pretty standard opening from pinball. Looks like it was a 13 gate, 15 gas. And here we have ZeroPoint going for a pool first, and it's being the hatch is getting blocked off by this pylon, as you can see. His money got pretty high there, and therefore he's going to be making a queen and presumably a set of Zerglings. No, ZeroPoint is actually going to be taking the third as his natural, and then most likely going to be breaking down this pylon and then grabbing his natural as well. So we do have a macro style coming out of ZeroPoint. Meanwhile, in the pinball house, we got the first zealot coming out, no second gas coming out, which means that it's possible he's going to be going for a 4-gate. He is saving up his chrono boosts. It will depend on how he decides to spend them. He's spending it on his gateway, so most likely not. We'll have to see what he decides to do. I'm not sure if pinball actually got to scout this one. I'm going to check. And it looks like he didn't check. So far, pinball does not know that ZeroPoint took this as his natural. Probably thinks he did a really good job of blocking the hatch in the natural, and is feeling pretty good about it, most likely. And looks like the second gas is now finishing for pinball. And I guess he's going to be going for a 1-gate fast expand. Meanwhile, we got the drones main-arding over to the third. What's it called? I don't want to say clever. That's not the right word, despite the fact that it is clever to do so. It's a very calculated amount of drones that has been sent. The number of drones that are used to saturate the natural is sending 5 drones. I do see a lot of pro Zerg players sending a very distinct number of drones, and that number does happen to be 5. And it does look like pinball is actually going to be going for a 3-gate expand. And since ZeroPoint does have the center of the map, ZeroPoint is going to actually be in a very good position, since, I mean, The Protoss player is presumably believing that he's facing a 2-base Zerg, while he's actually facing a 3-base Zerg. So, I mean, the longer time passes where ZeroPoint can comfortably be mining from these 3 bases, the better he's going to be, obviously. A few Zerglings are going to be moving across the map. Presumably should be sending at least one over here, just to make sure that ZeroPoint is indeed at a base advantage. Looks like we do have hallucination coming out of pinball, which I don't really see all that often, so this will actually be quite amusing for me to see. And it does look like the Zerglings aren't going to be doing anything other than just making sure nothing is moving out. Obviously, the 4-gate would have been hit already, so that's not really an issue anymore, so ZeroPoint should know that he's facing a 2-base play. Meanwhile, we have a Roach Warren down, and it looks like he's still only on 1 gas, just starting the lair as we speak, and it looks like he's going to be working on these rocks. And it looks like Pinball is going to be sending out his hallucinated Phoenix. ZeroPoint checking the ramp, which is always good. Pinball should really be blocking this area off, so that only units can go out this way. This is actually too big of an opening, and Speedlings can take advantage of that pretty easily. Hallucinated Phoenix finally making its way is going to be able to spot the Roach Warren and the upcoming lair. Going to find the unfortunate news that ZeroPoint is indeed actually on 3 bases rather than 2, so it will now be up to Pinball on how to deal with that, really. I mean, it's almost a 10-minute mark, and ZeroPoint is now going to be fully saturated on all 3 of these bases, and he's going to be able to do whatever the hell he wants, really. Based on the number of geysers he's got, it looks like he might want to transition into Muta. I mean, he just grabbed 6 geysers really quickly. We'll have to see what he does with the gas. And meanwhile, the rocks have finally been thrown down. No third for not ZeroPoint, for Pinball. Looks like the gateway units are going to be pushing out. I really think that ZeroPoint should actually be making sure the Protoss player did not take a hidden expansion. Because a 2-base play, I believe a 2-base play should have hit a little while. A normal 2-base play should have hit a little while before this. It's been a while since I played StarCraft, so I'm actually not completely certain about the timing. But I do believe it hits around the 10-minute mark for a standard like 6-gate 2-base play, or I'm sorry, like 6-gate 1 robo, or like a 7-gate play. Spine crawlers are going to be not up in time, and the roaches are going to be pretty high in number. They should be focusing down on the sentries, but I don't think it really matters. Good force fields by the Protoss player, but I think there's just too many Zerg units to make that happen. I don't even know what I'm doing at this point, man. My casting is sucking. It's been a while. I apologize. But it does look like the Speedlings are going to be able to catch all the sentries, which really sucks because Pinball actually invested in hallucination also. Meanwhile, with the failed attack, he's going to be expanding, so this is like a huge blunder. He should have started this expansion when he started attacking, which was about like a minute to a minute and a half ago. A whole army of roaches are going to be storming out into the middle of the map, and this is nowhere near enough stalkers to beat it out. And the roaches also get a better position as well. The Nexus is going to get cancelled. I think ZeroPoint should actually be expanding once more on top of this, or he could actually just be streaming units non-stop and just going for the jugular, as they would call it. Looks like an infestation pit is coming up. Macro hatch in the at the natural with the queen, no less. I mean, the game's going really well for ZeroPoint, other than the fact that his creep spread could be improved a little bit, but you know, he's done pretty awesome so far, making a whole ton of roaches, because roaches freaking own Protoss units like no other. The amount of times I've lost to mass roaches, ugh, makes me sick. Pinball once again going to be attempting to take his expansion, but it's going to quickly get intercepted by the Speedlings, and it looks like the Protoss player is finally going to be forced to engage, because he knows that he's stuck on 2 base, and you know, ZeroPoint's been on 3 base for so long, and he doesn't know if ZeroPoint took another expansion yet or not, which I think he should be, but I don't think it really even matters, since the roach numbers are so high that he could just walk up here and kill everything. Pinball doing the right thing, force fielding the ramp and making a bunch of immortals, but I don't think this is enough. 3 force fields are able to block this ramp entirely, but I mean, he doesn't even have any sentries left, and this roach count is not going to die anytime soon. Pinball trying to warp in a group of zealots, but it will not be enough, and this immortal is trying to be a hero, but he will soon become a zero. Robotics is going to be taken out, and the last immortal should be going down as we speak. There it goes. Some more zealots going to be streaming in, but I mean, this is going to be GG in like 5 seconds. All the probes are going to be pulled, and that's a lot of workers being killed. Pinball being absolutely not willing to give up just yet. Reinforcement roaches are going to be coming in, and this should be it in about now. In all honesty, 5 stalkers with minor blink micro is not going to cut it against like a bajillion roaches. Pinball finally calls it GG, and the first game is going to be going to Tulane. Apologize for the poor cast. Hopefully it'll improve, since I mean, like, I'm just getting back into this, and I mean, what can I say, man? It's been a while.